be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus.
Very soon will come our way.
Santa very soon will come our way.
8 little reindeers pull his sleigh.
8 little reindeers pull his sleigh. Reindeer sleigh, come our way. Cap ho ho, cherry nose, cap on head, suit that's red. Must be Santa, must be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus.
Must be Santa, must be Santa, must be Santa, Santa Claus. Must be Santa.
Oh, isn't that the cutest? Rafi singing Bob Dylan, right? Oh my Lord, you guys. Oh, Paula and Laura Daddy. Squirrely Burger, you guys are the bomb. I am going to get myself fired off of freaking YouTube. Oh, man. I couldn't help it. I had to play that song, okay? I don't know if you guys have had a chance yet to check out my community page. I put up a post this evening, a little screenshot that I took off of Allegedly with Britney. I just can't. I'm telling you, I'm going to get fired off of YouTube. Holy crap, people. Have you seen the circus, the crime circus? My head is spinning. Okay, I saw that when I was out running errands at like 4-ish. I was blown away. And I was, I had my tree I had to clean off today, which I wasn't getting that done. I came home from my errands. Hey, Pixie Knickers. And I thought, just do a live. And I was like, no, just do the tree. So I did the tree and I was watching other lives and I was just dying. I think a lot of people were. There were a lot of people going live. Crime Circus, man, he just sets the place on fire, does he not? And Allegedly with Britney was doing an awesome job too, and all on her panel. What do you guys want to talk about? Okay. I am horrified. I mean, I'm laughing and I'm trying to make light of it. So I'll just tell you real quick, the photograph that I put on my community page, I don't know if you have the ability to look at it while we're doing our chat. Hey, Kale, thanks for being here. Why did we only get the video manipulated to where you tell who else was out there? That is crazy. Okay, so for anybody who hasn't seen yet, or just so you guys know what I'm flipping out over, it's that video footage still shot of people in the bar at the Corner Club at 1 a.m. and 32 minutes. And you've got the back of Kaylee and Maddie, and looks like it could be a guy that may or may not be Jack, kind of looks like it could be him. And then there's Adam in the corner. You can see his face clear as day with the dimple in his chin and everything. And then there's Jack S., looks like, hoodie guy. And between Jack S. and Adam is an older guy. He looks like he's about 50. And he has a gray beard, but you can't see his face because it's been like erased. His face has been erased. And I took a screenshot of that still shot of him next to a photograph of Police Chief James Fry. And they have their hands in their pockets like this, like the hand and the thumb is doing the exact same thing. Uncanny. A lot of people were saying, oh, that's the bar owner, right? Because how else are you going to explain a 50-year-old dude hanging out with a bunch of frat boys on a Saturday night, Sunday morning at 1:30 in the morning? It's not the bar owner. I'll post a picture for you guys of the bar owner. It's not him. 100% guaranteed not him. It's not 100% guaranteed that it's who it looks like it is. And even if it is him, maybe he's like doing his job. It's getting close to closing time. But if it was him in that picture, if he was there at 1:32 talking to Adam, and looking at Jack S., Paula says, "Oh wow, all those faces. The duper's delight, Laura Daddio." And then if that's Jack D talking to the girls, that'll be pretty wild. The thing is, if it's Chief James Fry standing there in the corner talking to Adam, if it's him, there's nothing wrong with that, right? He's not doing anything illegal. That doesn't implicate him in any way, shape, or form. But why has he not come forth and said something like, goodness gracious, I was there at the bar with them right before it happened? Maybe it's not him, but it looks like it's him. And we all know he's been smarmy. He's had that duper's delight, like Laura Daddy says. I remember him crying and saying, I have daughters, or I have a daughter, or something. If that's him at that bar, and he has said nothing about it to the public 6 weeks out, I think that would implicate him. Just my opinion. Okay, now let's start with that. Everything I say is my opinion only, simply for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion, hoping that it's educational, and it's made specifically for YouTube, which is an entertainment platform. So, deep breath, you guys. I was like spinning out of control when I came home. I wanted to come live. And at the same time, I wanted to just like not watch anything. I was like, this is all just too fucking much. Too fucking much. Like, seriously? Maybe it's not him, but it looks to me like it's him. And the other thing that makes me really suspicious is the guy has a little white goatee and his face is smeared. Like, you can't see his nose, you can't see his cheek. Somebody took an eraser or something. They doctored that photo so you can't see the face of the old man who's talking to the effing frat boy at 1:32 in the morning, about 6 feet away from the two girls who got slaughtered an hour later, maybe an hour and a half later, maybe 2 hours later. Let that sink in. All right. I'm just exactly, Paula W. Why is the face blurred though? If the face wasn't blurred, even if it is Mr. James Fry, it's less conspicuous if he's not trying to hide it. If that's him and they tried to hide that it's him, that's effing crazy. This case, just when you thought it couldn't get any weirder, and blurred his own face. Maybe it indicates an alliance, in my own humble alleged opinion. Maybe it indicates an alliance. I have been fearful, and I haven't even wanted to say it out loud. I've said it a few times, but I have been very fearful that somebody is being protected, that somebody's uncle or close friend of a parent is in law enforcement. I mean, these are small towns, Moscow and Coeur d'Alene. They're all pretty small towns or small cities, whatever you want to call them. They're, Moscow's 25,000. And that's half of it being the university, right? And so like 11,000, I think, at the university. So like 14,000 that live there that basically work at the university. And then Coeur d'Alene, where Jack and Kaylee and Maddie are from, is about 70,000 these days, I think. So, that's substantial, but it's not a big city by any means. And, people know people, right? I mean, look at I just keep thinking of Brian Laundrie and his mother's job up there in uh, Blue Point or Blueport. Was that the name of the town that they were from up in Long Island, where she had been she worked in the DA's office for 25 years, allegedly. And then allegedly Brian Laundrie's uncle was a local cop down there in Northport, Florida, or North Point. I remember that it was Blue Point or Blueport and then Northport or North Point. You guys can straighten me out on that. 13th is satanic. Jack D is not even close to being wealthy. Okay, thank you for saying that, because I'm not implying that he's wealthy. His parents are both teachers. Okay. That unfortunately, people that are teachers should be wealthy. They work their tails off. His dad is a school teacher, and they have an ice cream truck in the driveway. Thank you. Thank you, Laura, for reminding me about the ice cream truck. Now, those things can be quite profitable, right? Food trucks. I mean, that's been all the rage the last few years across the country. But both his mother and his father are school teachers at the same charter school where he graduated and all of his siblings graduated. And it looks to me like that is the same charter school that Kaylee and Maddie went to for 6th grade, where they met. And, you know, I've seen the pictures of them in their cute little uniforms, but I'm still not 100% sure that it is one and the same. Anyway, we do know that Jack's mother and Jack's father are both teachers at, I think it's the Idaho Charter School or the Coeur d'Alene Charter School. I've looked it up. There doesn't look to me like there's more than one charter school other than that arts school. I have that name written down here, but it doesn't matter. My head's just spinning. I can't even see straight. I saw a video with a white Hyundai parked where his dad works. Yes, Laura Daddy, thank you for bringing that up too. You are just on it. You are bringing up on the ball, on point. So, who was the first person? Was it Nerdy Addict who first got that footage? I'd like to give the channel credit that I think I have it written down in here, but I've got so many pages in my notes. So let me read a few more of your comments here. He's crazy as a loon, clearly. Now, are you speaking of the police chief, or are you speaking of Jack D? Good afternoon. Avoid ice too. Let's see. Kale says the millionaire next door usually doesn't have a tell that they are wealthy, and it can come from anywhere. No judgment, though. Right. And, you know, bringing that up again, Brian Laundrie's parents were millionaires. You know, Northport's not a wealthy area. It's not like, you know, Bel Air or something. People can buy houses there really cheap, right? Because the whole city was flooded not that long ago. So they bought a house real cheap. I think I looked it up last year, and it was like $7,000 or something they paid for that house. And then they fixed it up really nice. But anyway, I was going to look for the content creator that did the Google video of the street where the school is. And I got my, like I said, my head is just swimming and spinning. And I've got pages and pages and pages. Let's see. I know it's here. Credit. Thank you for your patience, you guys. Drunken turkeys. They've been killing it lately, haven't they? It might have been Drunken Turkeys that did that video, but I don't think so. They've been doing a lot of great work. Thanks for bringing them up, because I'd like to bring them up. They're awesome. My goodness. Do I have to take so many notes? What's wrong with me? I've got like 50 pages. Like, I thought it was like, okay, just another page, just another page, just another page. So Pink Freud 62. That's the channel, I think, that first did the video of the white, what looks like a 2016 Hyundai Elantra. parked in front of the Sorensen, or next to the Sorensen Magnet School of the Arts and Humanities. So Coeur d'Alene Charter Academy on Duncan Drive is where I thought that Jack's mom and dad worked, and he graduated, and his 3 siblings all graduated from there. But according to the video Pink Floyd 62 did last week with that Google Earth footage on Coeur d'Alene Avenue next to the Sorensen Magnet School of the Arts and Humanities, it looks like a car that could be a match to the car that the police have been looking for. But, I'm just really getting frustrated with that whole white Elantra deal, because every traffic signal is going to have traffic cams where they're going to have a very clear picture of who was driving the car that night, right? Like, this has just been a ruse, I think. A ruse. I can't speak. Oh my goodness. Did the tree come down? I told my son we need to take down our tree. LOL. I undecorated the whole tree all by my big old self because, I'm a glutton for punishment. And I asked the guys to take her outside. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, Laura Daddy says that's where I saw it. Yeah, so I had just discovered that channel, Pink Floyd, and it took me like saying it like 10 times in my video to like have it click. And I was like, oh, like Pink Floyd. Because I was just getting the Freud part, not the Floyd part. I can be so slow. You are perfect. Nothing wrong with you. Let me just tag that one because that's what I need to hear. Like, I just feel like I said, my head is just spinning. I guess it put me in like fight or flight. Like, I came home, I was like, I just got to get right on Alive. And then I was like, or not even turn my computer on and not watch anything. My brain was just like turning inside out. I mean, you guys saw, put a 1 if you saw the Crime Circus video that he dropped today. And then if you have not seen that yet, put a 2, and you'll want to watch it as soon as you can. So people, if you don't mind, putting a 1 if you have seen the Crime Circus. So Alias 99, Pixie, Heavenly Clouds hasn't seen it yet. Kale saw it. Savvy Grandma saw it. Laura Daddy hasn't seen it yet. You guys are prepared to have your freaking minds blown. How do we know the corner club photo is authentic? It's a very, very astute question, Alias 99. We don't know anything, do we? Wow. So it's all over the interwebs today, and people have been looking at it and asking that question and tearing it apart. And what I have heard, the general consensus is that because of the way the screenshot is taken, it would be really hard to Photoshop in what they obviously they photoshopped out the features of the face of the guy who looks like a doppelganger for James Fry. But other than that, it doesn't look like it's messed with. It's not like one of the Kylie Rodney pictures that is just like all Chop City. I heard someone comment a couple of days ago that it was the chief who did it. Can't remember where. Oh, so I have felt terrible criticizing that man. I really have. Like, I held off for a long time, and I just couldn't bite my lip anymore. And I mean, it's kind of scary to call somebody out that's in a position of power like that, because that man has friends nationwide, no doubt. Like, he could come after me in a heartbeat. He can be like, that little B word has been criticizing me, and I'll kill whoever I want, right? But you guys, if anything happens to me, we know it was him. You guys will protect me, keep me safe. Oh my goodness. So that is crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking it wouldn't surprise me if he was in on it. If he's right there with Jack D, Jack S, and Atom, and Kaylee, and Maddie an hour or 2 hours before the gruesome tragedy, maybe it was all four of them. I mean, I'm being serious. Maybe it was all four of them. And they had a pro there, so that's how they left no footprints. Oh, whoa. KT Van says 2. So yeah, you're in for a real treat with Crime Circus. Drip Drop he's hilarious. Oh my goodness. He was so cute and funny in this one today. He was like, I'm not that smart, and I know that there's a lot of you guys viewers out there that have higher IQs, much higher than mine, and I'm sure that you can tell me in the comments exactly what it is that I don't know, so please do, because I know you will. I mean, imagine how much haters he's had with all of the success that he's had, right? When you hit the nail on the head, the haters come after you. And they do not take breaks on Christmas Eve. None of that. None of that. Okay. Wow, I have my mind blown once in a while. LOL. Like I said, my head was just spinning. And then, I got the tree down, and then I was starting to clean my room. But I was like, I really want to talk to my people. Like, I want to know what you guys think. If you've seen it already, those of you that have seen the Crime Circus, or seeing my photo that I just put up on the on my community webpage like a few hours ago. Okay. Oh my God, that just makes me laugh. Moscow PD said today that they can't verify if the photo videos were altered. Well, I can verify that it was definitely altered because somebody's face is like erased, like they have no facial features. Like, if that's him, that is the creepiest. That is the creepiest. That's like from a freaking horror movie. Chief did what? Heavenly Cloud said. I don't even know. I'll let Paula W answer that because she might be talking about something else. I'm not adding to it. Sorry. Okay. LOL. We are your warriors. We will get them safe. Yeah. I love when you say atom. Thank you. I do too, because they don't say atom in that surveillance camera audio, and I still do not believe that that's the authentic surveillance camera audio. Even if that surveillance camera does have audio, it's simply too convenient that they both say a certain person's name right as they're walking by. They're only walking by there for a couple of seconds, and each of them says his name, and they enunciate it so clearly that it doesn't even sound like Adam. It sounds like atom, like they were trying to make sure that everybody could hear who they were talking about. So I'm highly suspicious of that. Let me get another drink. I am just freaking dying over here. I am just dying. I'm just spitting nails. I need to watch Crime Circus after this. Yeah, Heavenly Clouds. It's just like a 10-minute video, and he just nails it. The kid is just freaking on fire. He's brilliant, really. He's doing quite a service for the true crime community and for the families, hopefully. I mean, he's really good at digging and then presenting. And he's got a whole team of people that work with him. He puts his credits up at the end. He's just amazing. Man, these police are scary, not too bright. Well, the problem is that it wouldn't be the first time, right? I mean, that's what's really scary. And here we are in 2022 after what happened with nationwide trust of law enforcement in 2020. If this is that, that's bad for law enforcement everywhere, not just Moscow PD, everywhere. And that's what concerns me. I mean, law enforcement literally put their life on the line for every single one of us every single day. And then you get jokers in there that just, the one bad apple that ruins the whole bunch. Beware of things that come up out of the blue. Okay. And I don't know if you're talking about just in general or you're talking about in the true crime. Alias 99 says, did you see that Star Magazine future issue says they caught the killer within 49 days? We are only at day 44. No. Star. What? Are you talking about the true crime? My brain is just blank right now. Let me see. Hold on a second. Okay. So let me show you guys. This is, I don't know if you can see it. I'm sorry that my technology is so lame. That's a photograph of the bar owner. Okay. Just so sneak peek. I think that this photograph was from the allegedly with Brittany. It might have been from True Crime, or I'm sorry, Crime Circus. But anyway, this is the bar owner. Do you see him pretty good there with all the glare and everything? And then the picture that Brittany put up that I screenshot and made my little thing out of for my community tab was the two photographs of the middle one and this one. Because what really stunned me in that, and I, of course, cut it out it's at the edge of this photograph, but you can see it at my community post, that his hand is in the exact same position. So can you see how the face is like literally erased? Look at that. Look at how freaking spooky that is. Look at that. And I'm really curious what's on his hat. It's in the shape of a gun, right? And then this picture over here. So this we know is the police chief. This we know is the police chief. This we don't know who it is. This is the surveillance still shot from the bar 90 minutes roughly before the quadruple homicide. So this picture of James Fry, he's got his sunglasses up on his head that are not a perfect match to the sunglasses that are on top of this ball cap. The sunglasses on this ball cap are the same style, but they have silver arms, whereas these sunglasses have the black arms. So this screenshot I took from the allegedly with Brittany. And it's just stunning. I can't even look at it anymore. Let me read your stuff up here. Okay. So yeah, back to what Alias said. Did you see that Star Magazine's future issue says they caught the killer within 49 days? And are you talking about Star that has the true crime channel? Truckee police are scary. Absolutely. Dilly Owen says, poor Jack, the world hates you, but not enough for him to walk into the police station and take a lie detector test and a check swab or anything else, or you don't hate it. Too bad to you. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. Yeah. Star Magazine. It's a tabloid. Okay. That's so weird. I don't understand. A future issue of Star Magazine? What? Who's got the future issue? Do they have the future issue? Who saw the future issue? Was it like a psychic said that they saw the magazine? Or I mean, it sure would be nice if it gets wrapped up in the next few days. I was really honestly hoping for that for the families for Christmas. You guys all know that. And I mean, any day would be a good day for them to get just a little bit of justice, just a little bit of security, and feeling like the case is going to get solved. Laura says, I got kicked off for 10 minutes. Sweetie Pilo has it on her community page, photo of the cover. Oh, wow. That is weird. Like, where did she get? Okay. My mind is blown. So Laura Daddy, what did you get kicked off of for 10 minutes? I'll go ahead and highlight those two. So yeah, looking at the Sweetie Pilo community tab, I'll do that. And looking it up, Moscow has 13 traffic cams and 6 weather bug cams. Oh, good job, Avoid Ice. Thank you. That's not that many traffic cams, is it? 13. But again, it's a small town. I mean, 25,000 people counting the college. That's a very, very close to the exact same size as Oxford, Ohio, where I went to school for a year and a half back in 1985 and 86. And having 13 traffic cams in Oxford, Ohio would definitely be enough because it's a very small town. So, all right. Why kicked off? Everybody wants to know. Not by me. Oh, did you get kicked off of here? Or, yes, I have no signal where I live. Oh, okay. Right. Nobody here kicked you off. Ah, not your fault. No, I just kicked everything off my table, my phone and almost my water and my notepad. But thank goodness I didn't kick the computer. That would have been ridiculous if it went flying. Ah. Okay. Heavenly Cloud says, poor family, I was hoping it would be solved before New Year, but if there is a cover-up going on, who knows what really happened and if it will ever be solved. Well, yeah, I mean, if there is a cover-up going on, which wouldn't surprise me in the least at this point in time, it all makes a lot more sense. Like, as soon as I saw that picture, I thought that cannot be James Fry in the back of the bar with those kids 90 minutes before the slaughter. I was 100% denial. I'm like, there's absolutely no way that that's him. That's just a doppelganger, right? And then it wasn't until the picture that allegedly with Brittany had of the two side by side, the way his hand and his thumb is like duplicate. I mean, yeah, we all have hands and thumbs, and maybe it's not the same person, but it's just kind of like the gestures, the way he's holding himself. And I was just like blown away. And then I thought, if that's him, it would not surprise me and everything would make sense. It was sort of like it all fell into place. This whole crazy circus. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And so now, what have you heard about Jack D? His alibi that he was actually in Coeur d'Alene that night? I never had heard that, but that was all the talk in the chat and the panel allegedly with Brittany, that Jack D told the police that he was in Coeur d'Alene when he got the 10 phone calls. So I had heard that he said that he was asleep, but not a location of what town he was in. Yes, Kale, that was a good Dick Van Dyke moment. Dick Van Dyke's the bomb. I love him. Good thing you did not kick the bucket. Exactly. Definitely. Yeah. This is really crazy, you guys. This is like, if that is the police chief at the bar, and like, let's just say he's doing his job, that he's just there at closing, it would have made sense for him to disclose that to the public. And if it is him and he didn't disclose it to the public, he's got some splaining to do, right? Ho, ho, ho. Oh, Caleb ain't been here. I miss Caleb. Oh, you guys, it's nice that you enjoy each other so much. Someone needs to tell Kaylee's dad. Yeah, I bet somebody has told Kaylee's dad. He'll tear the man up, won't he? I mean, that would be really rough on him. And Maddie's dad, who was like, all like, yeah, the police are great. They're awesome. I trust them 100%. Wow. 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 Yeah. Not sleeping, not sleeping. Liar. Pearl Althouse says, I thought the dorm brother said he was in the bed in the dorm. Right. So in that house across the street from the 1126, 1122, and 1118, I know the house number. I just don't want to dox anybody. The house that Jack allegedly rented a room in, it's so he rented an apartment in that house, and the house number is 1127, the one that's like a split level, and it has the white, what looks like another Hyundai Elantra parked in the driveway. That address is 2011. Of course, my battery is low and my cord is right here, but I don't know about plugging it in. I hope I don't cut out, but like all my cords are all every which way. Let me see if I can do it real quick without knocking anything over, because I would hate to lose you like mid sentence. That's just annoying, isn't it? There's so many cords, drives me freaking nuts. Plug it in, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna walk over here. I'm sorry, you guys. Abandon you for a second and try to plug her in without knocking anything over, and it will be a miracle if I can accomplish that. I think I got it. Okay, I got plugged in. I still haven't knocked anything over yet. I'm so sorry. Man, let me just get back. Am I still not knocking anything over? You guys can just laugh at me. I can laugh at myself. Oh my goodness. Me not knock nothing over. Woohoo! I did it. Okay, so there. We're not going to lose the show mid sentence, because there's just nothing more annoying than that, is there? Like I said, I meant to plug it in before I started. So let's see. Let's read a couple of your things. Okay, so Pearl Althouse had said, and I tagged it, I thought the dorm brother said he was in the bed in the dorm. And then I went off on my tangent, not really a tangent, but explaining the house that Jack lived in allegedly across the street. He rented an apartment, and that was what I had heard too, is that one of the people that rented another apartment there, or actually two of them, right? They said that they were playing video games downstairs and that they would have seen him if he left. They did say that. So now the story's changing. That's always good. That is always good, right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I hope this story's changing, because that's the real truth right there. You can't have a changing story. It's a sports bar for locals, right? And the police chief is allowed to hang out there, whether he's got a night off or he's working. But why wouldn't he have said that? Why wouldn't he have included that? I'm speech. Blah, 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 blah. Me too. I can't even speak. I'm speechless. This is frustrating as hell. It has been very frustrating. And like I said, when I saw the picture next to the other picture that made me think that it actually was James Fry, it was just sort of like the stars aligned and everything fell into place. And I was like, okay, now it's all making sense. He's covering for Jack, covering for whoever did it, right? How many ways do people excuse such crap? Okay, first he was sleeping, now less than 30 minutes. Wait. Where did that go? I want to tag it. First he was sleeping, now less than 30 minutes before they got home, he's drinking with them. If that's Jack in that picture, it certainly looks like it could be. Even the baseball cap looks like it's got the same thing on the baseball cap. But, people can all have the same baseball cap, right? Just like in the Kylie Rodney case with the Jagger's baseball cap with that stupid flat bill. Those things, ugh, I don't like them flat bills, especially when Jagger's wearing them. Let's see. Just caught in a lie. I'm going to go ahead and pin that one, Laura. Oh, and you're talking about Jack being caught in a lie. See, I was thinking James Fry being caught in a lie. Could someone do a background check on the chief? Not a bad idea. Unfortunately, there's too many crooked cops. So if he's a police chief, he's probably been able to make sure that there's no trail, that there's nothing to be found in a background check. That would be my guess. Do you have a utility strip to plug them all into? Yes, I do, Heavenly Clouds. We have so many stupid things to plug in, and I don't like to complain to my people about my life, but cords are one of my peeves, because we got all these lights, we got all these computers, we got all these cell phones, we got all these freaking cords, all these freaking power strips. 6 of us live here. So that's 6 cell phone plugins and so yeah, I had everything ready. Luckily I had the cord right here. So then when it went low, because I thought it was all charged up, I meant to plug it in, but fortunately it was right there, because it could have just as easily been downstairs. I'm upstairs right now. I have my nice little curtains set up so that that my bedroom that I haven't cleaned yet, that I came up here to clean. And then I thought, no, I'm just going to hide everything behind some curtains and do a live. So thank you for the concern about my electronic devices. My goodness, Monique, a FOIA request would be prudent at this juncture, right? A public records request. I call them PRRs. Is that right? Public records request, PRRs. My brain just can't even think right now. This is crazy. That's exactly why the chief is smirking every time he comes on video. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, I want to hear his story. I want to hear how he tries to explain it away. What drives me crazy with the gaslighters is that they think saying something, anything, no matter how cockamamie it is, they think that that's an answer and that that'll hold water and that that'll check out because he's a police chief. So anything he says is fact, right? Wrong. Small victories. Phantasmic Ether says, I'm going to highlight that because, yeah, that was a huge victory to be able to plug in my laptop when it said battery low, because it dies pretty quick after that little warning comes on. I have found that out the hard way. He supposedly played video games and went to bed. Okay, and yeah, you're talking about Jack D. And then his roommate said that they stayed up super late playing video games and that they were sitting there playing video games when this happened, and that they know that he didn't leave the house, allegedly. I mean, he didn't walk past them to leave the house anyway. So let me read a few more of your things here. Those GD YouTubers. What you talking about, Kale? The GD YouTubers and their public records requests. Yeah, let's all make some public records requests. Let's make some noise there in Moscow. Dang. He supposedly played video games and went to bed. Okay, I had already read that one. I heard the exact same thing, but they like to walk across the roof of that house. Exactly, Alias 99. Thank you. Crime Circus had said that a few videos ago. Before he even knew, he just was like, well, the roof is pretty flat and it would be easy. It would be an easy roof to access from the backyard because the backyard is a grass hill. So the roof goes up against the grass hill. You literally can just step right on and off. And now we've seen the videotapes of them hanging out on the roof quite commonly, right? So yeah, it'd be super easy. And then the The tree line. So, from that house, that 1127, you walk directly across the street between 1126 and 1118, and it's a straight shot to Kaylee's house, to the 1122 King Avenue. But on the right side of the house across the street, 1126, with 1127 being the house that Jack was staying in, there's nothing there. There's grass and a tree line. And that grass and tree line goes around all the way to the property of 1122. That would be a very, very easy access in the dark, right? Very easy access. And again, let me credit Crime Circus, because he was the one who discovered that before people were really getting a lot of footage and getting a chance to look and see the lay of the land. This is why it's so important when you're in a jury or as a police officer. This is why it's so important to go to the scene of the crime to see those things. And that brings to my mind the 4 like cowboy guys that pulled up in what looked like a black minivan and all went into the house one night. What was that, like a week ago? And I don't know how long they stayed in there. Maybe one of you knows. And then they all came out. Like one of them was like literally wearing a cowboy hat and a flannel shirt. And I don't know if they were FBI or marshals or independent investigators or what, but they went in there very conspicuously, very, very curious. But again, they need to see how things are laid out to really get an idea of what actually happened and how it happened. Let me talk for a minute about the O.J. Simpson case, because for anybody who doesn't remember or didn't learn about the way the front yard was at Nicole Brown Simpson's condominium, the way the gate was where Ron Goldman walked in to the front yard area and approached the porch where Nicole was standing on the porch and Ron was standing there when they were both attacked. Quickly, Ron Goldman was in what you would call a kill cage, like he was cornered by the killer, and there was no way he could get out. He fought hard. He fought really hard, but he was cornered in a kill cage. And by the time the jury got to the property to see the lay of the land for that case, it was literally empty and cleaned out, like not a shred of anybody's personal belongings there, which really changes everything. Seeing a house empty versus seeing the house the way it was when she was living there. I mean, that whole thing was such a nightmare. But what I'm getting at is just the kill cage that Ron Goldman was stuck in. He had no way out except through the person that was killing him. So, thinking about the way that the person got into the house, person or people got into 1122 to kill the 4 people and leave without footprints, without a bloody trail. I haven't said this, but I've wanted to say it. And I don't even know if I've heard other channels say it. I have wondered, I've had this crazy ass theory that maybe the killer stripped naked to commit the crimes. And that's how they kept the crime scene so clean. If they then had a towel or, absorbent sweatpants to put on and then escape, I don't know. Have you guys ever heard anybody talk about that idea that maybe this crazy psycho killer was in their birthday suit when they committed the heinous acts? Let's see. I'm backed up. Where did that go? Oh man, Kale, that's a very good comment about the police chief smirking and complaining about YouTube making it so difficult to do their job. Let me read a bunch of these because I missed a whole bunch. Sorry, I'm just spinning. Where are we? Okay, I think we were right around there. Um, Apparently, they could get DNA from the bar bottles after all they drink together, right? And then Atom working at the bar. Um, right, they like to walk on the roof of the house. Okay, let's see. Did he interact with the girls? That's a great question, Miss Anonymous. Thank you for that fabulous question. Don't know. All I saw was the still shot from the videotape, the surveillance camera. I jumped out of my seat when I saw your pic. Well, good, Laura, Daddy. That was my goal, was to get people to see what I was seeing, the possibility of what I think I might be seeing. And woohoo, I got alive finally, Dominique. When I saw woohoo, I thought you were jumping over to the Kylie Rodney case and talking about Sheriff Woo, because that's my favorite thing when people call him woo. So if this guy is another woohoo, okay. I've always gotten a weird vibe from the chief. He's smarmy. Like, it took me a while to come up with that word, but once that came to mind, I was like, that's the word for him. Smarmy. Totally smarmy. Didn't they let go an officer from the Idaho PD? I don't know if he quit or got fired. Let's see. I had his name written down, I think. Let me see. My handy dandy notebook. Yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier today. Branson Turk, Tirke, either quit or got fired. I think that's his name. Branson or Brinson Turk. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm not at all sure how long he worked there or what the circumstances were. But yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, and if they're doing some kind of cover up and he wasn't down with it, right? If he wasn't willing to go with the flow. Can't wait for video instead of just a picture. Absolutely. Let me tag the one about the Idaho police officer. Moving on to greener pastures, right? Right. Maybe he was an honest one. They let go. Okay, Paula. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Absolutely. Last week, I sent my kids the Chiefs video and told them, you need to see what a lying psychopath does when lies. What? Laura, what made you so sure? The bobblehead and the smiling? I mean, that's why I was playing that cute little Rafi song of Must Be Santa, because, he looks so much like Santa Claus and then he's just acting so much like Santa Claus. And it's like, your job is to deal with very acrimonious, controversial, unpleasant stuff. It's not, your job is not to be Santa Claus. At least not this year. Maybe other years in Moscow, that's how it goes, but certainly not this year, right? Not at all. So yeah, I just pinned that one. I still don't believe the roommates didn't hear anything. I wish it was true, but I know it's not. I wish my neighbors would shut up so I didn't have to listen to them half the night. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, maybe there's a lot more people in on this than any of us could imagine, right? Maybe a lot of people were upset with some of those roommates. I got to tell you guys, what bothers me is when Kaylee's family refers to her as a brat. You guys have all heard that, right? The mom, the sister saying that she was bratty. She was being bratty about the breakup with Jack. And even in one of the memorial services, I think it was the sister I heard say, she was a brat, but she was our brat. And I was just like, man, that's really poor taste, in my opinion. Like, saying somebody is a brat, even to then say it with an, kind of a loving jest, of, well, she was our brat. The woman is deceased. I don't like that. I thought that was bizarre. Like, that gave me a bad feeling for the sister to be joking around about how she was basically always a brat. Like, what? Ugh. I mean, yeah, kids at that age when they're in sororities and, I mean, let's see. That's a good comment there, Pearl. I'm going to tag that one and try to get caught up to where you guys are in real time. Let's see. We are at almost 9 o'clock. Wow, it's already been an hour. How does that happen? Okay, Dylan lived on the second floor. How did she hear nothing? So I'm super curious about that, Miss Anonymous, because there's mixed messages about whether she was living in a room on the second floor, living in a room on the first floor, maybe sleeping on the first floor, but had her room on the second floor. I don't know. It sounds like she was sleeping on the first floor. I don't know if they were sleeping in the same room or two different rooms. But yeah, if she was on the second floor when that happened, then that's way more suspicious. Way more suspicious. Glad to know you don't like cords either. I know they are one of the things that really bug me. One of my peeves, just like me making noise when I drink my water or coffee when I'm on screen. I'm not going to make any noise. Promise. But yeah, you do get thirsty when you talk. You really have to have your water handy. Let's see. Um, cannot stand the cords. I hate the cords. The smirking and complaining about YouTube, making it so difficult to do their job. Kale, you just nailed it. Yes, exactly. Those damn YouTubers. We would have this in a heartbeat if the damn YouTubers would just shut up. They just keep throwing us off, right? Didn't we see a video of Jack D on the roof? We did. We did. We saw a video of the first video I saw, I think, was of his friend, probably Atom, I mean, and I don't know who was filming it. It could have been Jack D filming it. And then there were people on the roof in the police body cam footage when they came for a noise complaint. And people were sitting in lawn chairs in the driveway, drinking beer and stuff. And there were at least two, probably more guys up on the roof, just kind of sitting up there, hanging out with the people that were in the driveway. And then there was another one too, wasn't there? There was a third video of people on that roof, I think. I know I've seen at least those two. Good point. I'm going to highlight that one and getting on to the real time here. Please hit that like button, share and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Got to cover that one. Bad design, no safety precautions at all. Are you talking about the houses, the way those houses are designed? I mean, just that whole area is just so densely packed with college kids and the college kid housing. And it seems like the house that Kaylee was renting with her friends and the house directly across from Jack, it seems like those houses are like maybe contracted with the sororities and then the sorority girls live there. I don't know. Oh, okay. Kale says Dylan was sleeping on the first floor. Thank you, Kale. I don't know what your source is, but yeah, that's all the information that I've come across is that's what it seems like. I don't know what many younger adults these days, but never night my phone goes onto do not disturb when I am in bed and have it set so it won't even show me notification badges. He could have slept. He could have slept through it, but it was a Saturday night, and college kids party on Saturday nights. They at least stay up and play video games, right? I mean, typically they drink and maybe other stuff too. I left the link for you to Jack D on the roof while cops there in daytime in the summer. All right, Cool. Thank you. So did you like email it or something? I'm going to highlight that one. How come it's not highlighting? Huh. What? It's like having an issue. That's weird. That's really wild. Okay. It's having an issue. Let's see if I can highlight the next one. Nope, it's done highlighting. Maybe I've used up my quota of highlights for this video because I have been highlighting a lot of them. I don't know. It's never done that. That's weird. Right, sleeping through all of her calls. He could have slept in through all of her calls. He could have, but then the question is, did he call her back when he woke up? And I've gone over it a few times in my last few videos because I was very interested when I just heard a couple of days ago from Kaylee's family that the text came after the 10 calls. So there were the 6 calls from Kaylee's phone, the 3 calls from Maddie's phone, 1 more call from Kaylee's phone, and then a text that said, basically, come on, Jack, get back to me. We've got a dog together. So I was very fascinated to find out the specifics. So I don't know if any messages were left with any of those 10 phone calls, but allegedly it was 10 phone calls and then 1 follow-up text. So I looked at Dylan's social media. She moved to the 2nd floor. Yeah, she was in the process of moving, or she had just moved. I know that there was questions about that. And also, Kaylee had just moved out. So then that room was open on the 3rd floor. And then didn't they have another a 6th roommate who had never moved in or something like that, I think. Yeah, you are losing your facial features like that cop. See, that's why I hate the lights. That's why my videos are usually so dim, because they flood and yeah, then you lose your facial features. And then if my computer's glitching, I'm sorry, that's got to be super spooky. Yes. Yeah, I really don't like it when the lights flood the people on the screen. So I notice it's an issue for everybody, I think. But getting that perfect lighting, and really, like I say again and again, having a little tiny room with no light that you can control the light, and it's always the same, because I'm kind of moving around all the time. I could do that, and I probably will. I had thought about it in the beginning, and then I started to do that, and then I just, I've been doing it differently all the time, mixing it up. So sorry that I'm losing my facial features like that cop. That is super spooky, isn't it? So let's get these wrapped up. Laura Daddy says Crime Circus is really good. I know he is. He's funny too, and I really think we need to keep the comedy going. I'm pixelating. Well, thank you for telling me. I'm sorry. Yes, that is what Heavenly Clouds meant. Hello, I was glued to OJ. Again, domestic violence, Domestic violence. Oh my goodness, you guys have so many good comments. Let's see. I am like way behind. I'm going to try to catch up. Glued to OJ, out of focus a little. I apologize. Do you think it was OJ or his son? Rock can't beat a knife. And heard that theory one time. Yeah, naked. Okay, so you guys have heard that theory. And do you remember where else you've heard it? Because I have thought about it, and I've thought about sharing it, but just never really got around to it. And I don't know that I've ever heard anyone talk about it. So I'd be curious if you can remember other content creators that might have mentioned it. Anything is possible. Oh man, Avoid Ice 2. This was how many minutes ago? You guys saw it, I'm sure, 8:53, and so that was like 15 minutes ago. I'm like way behind. Said that be a straight up Dexter style? Okay, I'm going to speed read through these so we can wrap up. One time before you said it. Oh, I said it. Thanks. Okay, I don't remember. I admit it. My brain. Yeah, I've wanted to say it, so it doesn't surprise me that I said it, but I must have just mentioned it barely because I should remember, right? They could have changed their clothes while still there and left with clean clothes on. I asked everybody if you were in the situation and you were innocent, wouldn't you go to the police department and give your DNA and take the lie detector test? But would you stay at home? That's a really good point, Dilly Owens. I like that. And I'm sorry that I got so far behind you guys. Yes, that is true. Could be naked. I think that makes more sense than bringing oversized clothes to put on over bloody clothes. So when you said the thing about Dexter, I was thinking like the cop, the police chief, but you're probably talking about the being in the birthday suit, nudie bear, and maybe both. I mean, I like I've told you guys, I never really watched Dexter that much because that actor is just so good at being so creepy that it's a little too much for me. Let's see. Wacko, yes, but I have pondered the naked theory, yes. Yep, I know. Well, I mean, doing what they did is completely wacko. You'd bend over backwards if you were being accused. You'd clear your name. Simple as that. Paula, and also like the aunt that tried to come to bat for Jack in the last couple of days, saying that he was so sad about being accused by half the nation of doing it. Like, what about being sad about the fact that these people have been taken off of the earth, especially the one that you were maybe engaged to or thought you were going to marry and have kids with? That's the big thing now, blaming the internet YouTubers. I'm going to highlight that. I know we do. We ruin everything for everyone. That one YouTuber though, the one with the lawsuit from the professor, that is really out there. And yeah, it makes all the YouTubers look bad, and most YouTubers, like, that's she's such an anomaly. And then to like say that, she's not even really an internet sleuth, I don't think. Like, I don't think that's her thing, like researching facts. Okay. If I were being a suspect of murder, I would give DNA easily. Exactly. And Lord Daddy says, studied them for 14 years. Duper's Delight is no joke. Absolutely. And that bobblehead, the smile. See, yeah, that's what you're calling the Duper's Delight, is the smile, and maybe the bobblehead too. A clean room outfit would might have worked. What a good point. Hey, Dan, that is a very good point. Yeah, like a clean room. Regular people don't dupe when they are trying to be serious. Such a good point, Laura. Um, I feel Kaylee was the target. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been the information definitively leaked from the father, Steve, about her wounds being so heinously different from the other victims. Definitely be the first thing I do, Heavenly Clouds. Why the hell not if you're innocent? Right. Absolutely. The only thing that puzzles me is the previous renters of that house said they could hear everything all over the 3 floors. Right. And, and then you've got things like TVs, music, fans, white noise. Yeah. And Laura Daddy G says, yeah, from the mom. Absolutely. Listen to these feelings. You have them for a reason. Yep. I agree. Pay attention to your spidey senses. Pearl says, how do you joke about a deceased family member being a brat? That makes no sense to me. It to me, it hurt. It really hurt. It was just like, yuck. Like, so what? Are you glad she's gone because she was so annoying? I mean, that was where my mind went, right? Her mom even mocked Kaylee. Exactly. I need to give Jack a break. like she is whining. Oh my goodness. Yes, Heavenly Clouds. I'm going to highlight that one. Absolutely. So sorry for falling so far behind you guys. The first floor room had golf clubs only. Right, there's like the photographs through the curtains of um it looked like nobody was living in there. Oh, thank you, Laura Daddy. I appreciate that. I'm going to highlight. I really like your lives. I love my lives, and I hope that they're good for the audience because I feel like I get so much out of them. That's why I've come on. That's why I came on tonight because I felt like I needed to connect with you guys and just discuss, right? Drinking water, that is awesome. No sound. It's hard. It's hard. But there, I did it again. Crime and Crochet. Hey, nice to see you here. YouTube found Gabby and also helped with finding the two women. Heavenly Clouds, you are right. Helped with finding Gabby and helped, Facebook specifically helped with finding Crystal Turner and Kylan Schulte in Moab. Yeah. And Phantasmic Either. Atom. I love that. I love the way you wrote it. That is awesome. Them YouTubers, the ones that keep pointing out the mistakes and the lies and how the story keeps changing. Oh my God, I could just screenshot that. That is classic, Pearl. That is great. Jack's narcissism on the roof. There is another body cam footage by Truth and Transparency of Xana answering the door with another noise complaint in September. Was that just yesterday? Because I haven't seen that, but I think I heard about it earlier today. Maybe in allegedly Britney's live. Dilly Owens. So the latest is Jack D at the corner bar club, whatever, at like 1:38. But they said that he was home at 11 and asleep. This is starting to feel like a Kylie Rodney case. Well, Dilly, if that is indeed Jack, the guy who looks like Jack wearing a hat that looks like Jack's hat and shoes that look like Jack's shoes, right? Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Oh, how weird. Okay. I'm going to just, I'm going to put my email in here for you guys. Let's see. Justice A to Z at Gmail. Am I doing it right? Gmail. Justice A to Z at gmail.com. Let's see if that will even go into the chat. I think it did. So I don't know if that'll make it pick back up. So sorry about that, you guys. So here we are at 9:16, and it looks like the chat stopped at 9:02. Were you guys typing stuff in and then it disappeared, or I don't know. Anyway, we're at an hour and 13 minutes. I really appreciate you guys joining me. I don't even know if you can hear me anymore since the chat went down. Interesting. I will just go ahead and sign off, you guys. I hope you have a really good night. Get your rest. Take care of yourself. Drink your water. Eat your protein. Eat your fruits and veggies. Exercise. Be super kind to yourself and others. Don't allow anybody to be mean, right? Take another drink. Especially don't allow those YouTubers to be mean to you and mess up your job and your life and everything else, right? I mean, yeah, it can get pretty grisly. So just like in real life, we all have to take care of ourselves and take care of the people around us. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Let's pray for the truth to come out and get some justice and peace for these families and for these victims. I will see you guys tomorrow.